the default. That's a little bit tricky because so when you create a table, right, you can add a default this way. So usually you say this credit and the int and then default and then just say the value right here. Default will be like number 3 or number whatever that number is. So it will always have that as a default value. Okay, but to alter after once you created the column and you forgot to set a default value, if you want to do that, then you can go back and alter that. And so yeah, I guess it is a constraint. I didn't have that in there. So you're right, Tom. Constraint. So we can say add the constraint and give it a name, and then the default, and then the actual value for that column. I should modify that. Okay, so alter the course and then add constraint. The name would be I don't know what, I forgot what the CN is used for. I guess for constraint, I guess. But you could put like df for default, or you can type the whole word default out. And this would be like student or every credits. Okay. And if you're more specific, you can say 3, right? 3, and you can say that now default 3 for the column called credits. Okay, you can do that. If it's a string, you can put a character that's fine, doesn't matter. It will automatically convert it implicitly. But just say 3 as a default for credits. And if you run this, let's see if that works. Okay, so we added that in there. And the courses, so we can see that, let's see if it's in there. It should be in there, down here. So we have a courses. Right here, the default credits 3. Okay, and the default is 3 here. We set it to value of 3. Okay. So let's add some data and see if that works. Okay, so we have the our table for the courses now has about 4 columns, and I'm going to put it here so I can see it. Insert into the courses table. The values are going to be the first one is the course ID. It's a unique that's a varchar of 5. It's a primary key. We didn't set the identity, so we have to manually add it in there. It's a character, so we could say maybe a DB 101. Well, let's see. Yeah, you're right. So so we didn't. I guess we didn't specify that column because you can add data in there because it was set to nullable, so you can allow null values. So that means if you don't include it in the column here, then it should take that default value. So yeah, we just solved our problem. So here is the default for DB2. Okay. I knew something was up. But it only works for if that column is set to null. If you said not null, then you can't. You have to force it to add some values. So that way, then the default wouldn't work, right? Okay. Again, when you add data to your table, you don't have to add in that order. I could have like the student ID first, right? It doesn't matter. As long as I match them up. I could do that first and then have the title second, course like that. And just make sure the first value is the student ID. So this way, then the order doesn't really matter because they have to match their position. Okay, and if I add that in there, if I put like a 3 in here, then it should insert that without problem. It will find again, yeah. So it will find that the column name, and then just make sure it matches the numbers, and then that should be okay. Did I already conflict already? Oh, we already have that duplicate ID of 10.
I was saying something about the foreign key.
Key 103, I think you gotta change that.
Okay. 4. How's that? Oh, I don't have a foreign key for 102. Oh, I don't have it for 102. I didn't have it at 105. So 105 should have it. Okay, so there, yeah, my student, there's no 102. So, okay, so we added that in there. It was the student ID here, was not added because we didn't add it. We didn't have 102 in there. We have 101, 5, and 6 only. So we have the constraint already put in place.